Holy cow. Be very quiet. I made contact with UFOs. Be very, very quiet. They're going to abduct me here in a minute. Oh my God, I made contact. I made actual, real contact. I'm gonna touch the ship. Oh, they're gonna beam me up. I'm gonna be abducted. Well, they beamed me up. They didn't cheat me. They didn't really want me. No, I'm kidding. Well, the UFOs beamed me up, and I was hoping to see, another galaxy, and they said that they would let me stay here and go to the car show today, and maybe I can help them find a car that they would look cool in driving around. So I'll try to do that for my friends, the UFOs. And I'm over by the Toma Park. I swear, this is where I'm going to be showing. I swear, this is something new, because I don't recall seeing this the last 3 times I walked over here to the Toma Park for the car show, and other times I've walked this way too. That's why I think it's new, because it says Toma Leadership Academy Class of 2025, and this is actually really something pretty for a Toma. Poppy. That's why I say it looks new. The sidewalk just looks immaculate. Cotilli. That's my stuff sitting there, so don't worry about that. That was something that's something that's not was here. That's something I carried here. Cherry blossom. Hibiscus. Here it says the donor donations. I mean, Cargill, quite a bit of places. Toma High School automotive class, the art class, the welding class. This is really cool. And Unity, we grow. I like that. I don't remember seeing this at all. A lotus. It's really cool. Clamero, I think that's how you say it. And got really nice benches. Adelia. And of course, the sunflower. Everybody knows the sunflower. And these are not real, because if these were real, bees would be coming out of that because they get pollen from that. And a tulip. Those are pretty and real. The real ones are really pretty. And you have this. It goes all the way around. These are real. Foxglove beard tongue flower. Those are real. Swamp milkweed, which I believe you're going to see those on the swamp. There's the U.S. flag. This is really pretty. Purple coneflower, like that rose. Black-eyed Susan, and it goes all the way around in a circle. And then you got that there, like a globe of sort. So if I stand back over here, we'll take a look at it from a distance, and it's really pretty. Yeah, it may not be botanical gardens, but you know what? It's really, really nice. And it's off the highway here, because I'll go underneath that tunnel there, go over to the Toma Park, and go to the car show today. So yeah, this is really, really nice. It's nice to see something to make a Toma look beautiful, because there's a lot of ugly to a Toma, but once in a while, you like to see something beautiful like this. I'll probably forget later, but tomorrow is Mother's Day. So it's ironic that I'm doing this 24 hours before Mother's Day, because Mom was a big supporter of my YouTube channel, and she loved my outdoor videos. And so she would have loved these videos I do, because she absolutely loved my outdoor videos. She especially loved my videos I would do on classic cars, and she would just sit down and just watch it for however long it was. If it was 5 minutes,
or an hour, she would sit down and watch it because she loved the classic cars like I do. And so yeah, so you know, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers, and to happy Mother's Day to all the mothers in heaven too. You know what? I'm going to do what I said on my New Year's video, my goals I set, and I'm going to take my time with this, sort of, and just not try to rush through it. If it's longer than usual, oh well, who cares? It's my YouTube channel. It looks like a little bit of a downturn this year. The previous 2 years, this was huge. It's a little bit of a downturn this year. There's not as many over here at this hour. I'm usually here about 9. I used to get over here about 9. And usually by 9, there's a ton of cars over here for the classic car show. There's not as many this time around as there has been the past couple years. No disappointment? Maybe. But we shall see. Wow, look at this. 1927 Roadster. Wow. Oh, look at those big lights. Look at these tires. Wow. Look at the speedometer, only 60 miles an hour. That's sort of funny. Wow. Here's a family get-together. Station wagon, or they call it the ranch wagon, at 1957. Wow. Look at that engine. Ooh, that is nice. That's what it looked like. Doesn't look like the same car. Looks like somebody just left it rusted. Restored it to former glory. Wow, look at that. Four on the floor. Wow, nice. I believe these can come up like into a seat. I'm pretty sure. Nice. Don't usually show the newer cars, but this would be, well, perfect for my alien friends to ride around town in. Yeah, they'd be going in style. I think it'd be perfect for them. Anyway, 1950 Ford. Oh yes, nice. I like how the seat's a little bit torn up, like it's been wear and tear. When the wrestling was here, I think I went. I didn't go to that event. Speedometer 100 miles an hour. Looks funny. Support our troops like that. Keeping that baby clean. Nice, Chevy. Little radio antenna. I'd like the car better if it was red. I don't know, yellow, just, I don't know, yellow doesn't do it for me. These cars always scared me, how small and compacted they are. 1959, and I'd be afraid to drive in one, especially if it got into a wreck, because more than likely you're not coming out alive. Only holds 2 people, and that's it. I mean, are they nice to look at? Yeah, they're very nice to look at. Well, they got their phone in there. But yeah, I would be afraid to drive in one of these. And I believe, yep, I thought it was a Mercury. I'm going to buy a Mercury and cruise it, Alan Jackson. And he wrote that about a Mercury. One of my favorite Alan Jackson songs. And if I could play that song right now, it would be perfect, because this car is perfect. Look at that. Look at the insides. Wow, nice. That is really nice. Oh, let's see here. That's the old, I think, 80s Corvettes. Lights came up. Really cool. I like those dice on the mirror. Yeah, same thing with these. They always scared me, 2 seats. You know, it's not as small as compacted as the other car. But life's too short to drive boring cars. I agree. And, oh boy, here we go. 33. Chevy Eagle. Wow. I love the flag they have in there, and the eagle, and all that. And man, admiring that engine that almost looks original right there. You can see where it's sort of rusted. Wow. Wow. That is something. I believe this comes out for another seat. It almost seemed like it. It almost seems like it. 1953 Plymouth. Wow. And then I wish they had the you know, we could see the motor. The hood goes up. What's the dummy doing there? I don't know. Those mirrors are small. That there's for, drive-in theater. Nice. Get your Puppy Joe's box in the back. Wow. Never seen a black flag. Okay. That's interesting. Oakland County Car Guys. Oh God, I thought that was a real mouse. I really did. That fooled me. Many years ago, he used to race on dirt tracks. 38 Ford. Even has a car number on there, 38. Yeah, it's hard to believe it used to be used for racing. Hard to believe. Just passing through. Ainsworth, Iowa. Don't know where that's at.
He's from Des Moines.
51 Plymouth. Nice. Confederate flag. I'm not offended by that at all. And I'm not being sarcastic. It's interesting reading that about stuff cost. Wish it did nowadays. Wow. That is nice. Try not to interrupt their conversation.
How do you even drive this thing over there? Look at how freaking.
Gas pedal's down there.
Yeah.
There you go.
Look at this rust bucket. Not restored or nothing. It's completely, well, empty. No steering wheel, nothing. Not even a floor. Wow. I mean, all it's got there is the engine. The rest, well, is nothing. Rusting out. That's, well, they started to add parts to it, but they haven't finished it. Interesting. Pretty sure I've seen this one over here before. 23 Ford Model T. Wow. Look at the size of that engine. Hi, chicken. Problem, officer? Yes, you were going too fast. You were going 60. 1953 Chevy. It smells like dog poop over here. Hope I don't step any. That's funny where they have the speedometer. Really don't see it right there.
That's pretty cool, man.
That's pretty weird. The truck. Oh wait, it's 33.
Those tires are so wide. That's amazing, man. 21 and a half.
Yeah, those tires are 21 and a half. That's what he was saying. Wow. On that one car I did. 1925 Ford T-Bucket. Look at those tires.
Another half a day just before we sat back.
You can't be very big to sit in that car, that's for sure. I love that Eagle. I had this car running and it's awfully silent. Almost couldn't tell it was running. Actually, that's the fan. '67 Chevy Nova. Big boats. 4 on the floor. Got the old seat belts. Wow. Now here you go. For sale. You can really get some looks driving in this. Wow. Don't worry, I'm not touching. I got the blinker on for some reason. I can see it going. See it right there? Wow. Yep, I got the blinker going. You better be careful peeing on this 1955 Chevy, dog, because Christine will come alive and get you. Yep. 1955 Chevy. Christine. Oh, yeah. Me, if I had one of these, I'd paint it a cherry red. That's the perfect ideal color, especially if you want to make it look like Christine. And this is the car that was in the movie, Christine, this right here. I mean, you have the red seats, just make it all red. And wow, that's nice. Even like a little bitty replica there. I mean, it looked like, maybe it looked like this car, the 55 Chevy. Wow. One more look. Wow. Yeah, I'm taking my time, but there's just not as many classic cars here this year as in years past. You know, I'm taking my time, but it's just, there's not a lot here this year. There seems to be a downturn. Am I enjoying myself? No, yeah, but there doesn't seem to be a lot of classic cars here this year. A little bit of a disappointment, and I'm hoping more show up, but I don't know. It just seems like people not turning out this year as much as in the years past. All you need is $850 to get a 1947 Ford F5. Yeah, did a lot of work. And there's a Hornet in there too, or a Wasp flying around. God, hope it don't get out here. I'm gonna back away in case it does. But it's all rusted out. And I hope it stays in there. Oh, good Lord. There he is flying around. With a busted window, it's probably can get out. But I'm going to move along. Please do not touch. And this was interesting to me. 68 Ford Torino.
I mean, there's.
And usually don't have stuff like this where it tells you the owner and all that. And look at this. Original manual. And original title. Pretty interesting. Yeah, it is. Look at the engine. Real too. Wow. Like the flag. 67 Ford. And you know what? I can't remember if it's either my biological father or my uncle, but one of the two, they had a 67 Ford, and it didn't have this on the back. There was no tailgate. I remember when I was a kid, maybe, I don't know, 8, 9 years old, and I'd just be sitting on the back while they're driving down the country road. Different time. Now they say bad parenting, but different time, and I was just sitting there thinking about that. I remember my biological father or uncle had one, and I usually sit in the back with no tailgate. And yeah, childhood memories, no question about it. No keys. Most of these doors didn't lock. Didn't have to worry about that back then. And I wish they had the hood up so I can show you the engine. But you know what? As it may, and these trucks were built to last. I remember them also carrying a trailer on the end too, and yep, childhood memories. Then right next to it is this old rusted car, probably about a 55, 54, next to a shit house. Yeah, is that for sale too? Is that part of the classic car show? No, I don't think so. Only $1,000. Yeah, it would take a lot of work, a lot of money, and you could restore it. Buick. I thought it was a Chevy, but Buick. Yep. Be nice if you could fix that up and repair it. Oh, that one over there is a 67. This one's a 68. So not a big time frame difference, just 1 year's difference. But yep, this almost looks newer than a 68. Did I read that right? It says 68, but I almost think it's an 88. Looks okay. It says 68. Okay, anywho, 52 Chevy. Wow. Look at the little bitty mirrors. Huh. Looks like they want it at a car show. I like how the window came out like that. That's pretty cool. '87 IROC. They used to race these in the IROC series they had at Daytona. This was the car that they used. They used the Chevy IROCs. So yeah, that's pretty cool because it's a Camaro also. So this is what they use because they can go pretty quick. Probably about 150 miles an hour or something like that. But yeah, if you watch the IROC series that they had, this is what they used. You know, there was like Dale Earnhardt, Tony Stewart, like that. They use that. That's pretty cool. Woo, woo, boy. This is, whoo. I'm afraid to get near it. It's really pretty. Wow, 56 Thunderbird. Holy cow. Wow. Whew. Got a piece of paper there. Hard to read. Auto price adjusted, it says. And then there's a booklet. I don't want to touch it because it's inside the car. Wow. I'm going to get on the other side and look at the monitor. Wow. That is rather pretty. Well, it gives 150 miles an hour. They put a lot of work into that. People wouldn't know how to handle that. A mirror that you have to raise with your hand instead of automatic button. Wow. 1973 Plymouth. Wow, nice. If these vehicles rusted out, all rusted out and cracked mirror, rusted hood, can be rusted inside, and it will still run. That's something you won't hear with these newer vehicles. How this can all be rusted and still will run. That's pretty amazing. This 65 Ford. Seeing a 65, 67, and supposedly a 68. And this one ain't done up like the other ones. This one's just rusted out. And it would run for another 20 or 30 years at least. At least. Me and Mom are saying that's all for now.
That's all for now.